will be taking you through the journey of Project Grit. So basically, this is going to be an overview of everything that I've done throughout the project, starting from why I chose this project, starting of the journey, attention, intention, basically the experimenting, some gritty people, and guest lectures, of course. So basically, why did I've written this when I started the project. I wanted to choose this project because I'm not a person who takes losing very easy. I believe that there are situations where I could have done better or improved, but I find that it wasn't unfair for me not getting selected or that I couldn't win in something. And I can't take in the fact that it didn't happen the way I wanted it to. I also don't have a straight or set mindset on which tasks or goals I should work on. And I don't have that straight, strong mindset that I will focus on this project now and do the next one because I get distracted on new projects. So, when it comes to the starting of the journey, on day one, I have filled out the grid form like all of you gritty people have as well. I was given a score of 3.4 based on my answers. I then watched a 4-minute video of Angela Duckworth talking about grit, and after which I've jotted down the journal entry. Basically, it was some questions that I had to answer based on the video. I was also asked to type in the top 3 words that describe grit to me, and I found the words spirit, willpower, and hope to describe grit extensively. Now, this is my journal entry. You can read through it. I'll just put it here for a few seconds. Okay. So this is the main part. Attention and intention. As similar as they sound, they are two different factors involved in the process of one. That's grit. To understand, we were given the example of a marshmallow experiment where a kid of ages 4 to 6 was given a marshmallow or a chocolate and was told that they can get two if they wait for another 15 minutes. So basically, for the kids who could stay still and achieve it, their attention was on the marshmallow and their intention was to not eat the marshmallow. But not only did the experiment last for those few hours or minutes, but they were also studied of how their higher level grade scores or their education was going on. I've also experimented on myself and made sure that my attention was to focus on the skill of solving math equations or sums and develop my writing skills in all areas. So that was my attention part, but my intention part was to plan out everything. So I started practicing math problems every day and tried to write in a straight line on white paper and improved my writing skills by listening to classes keenly and noting down some running notes. Now, in the website, we were given 3 gritty people, Diana, Nyad, Sparsha, and Luke Bekik. But one of them I felt stood out extensively was Diana Nyad. She was an American author, journalist, motivational speaker, and long distance swimmer. She swam all the way from Cuba to Florida. She had done many attempts, and even in her first attempt, there was a chance of her being not coming out alive. But she didn't get death in her way either. She had the grit, the will, everything in her to make sure that she achieves the goal that she wanted to. And she made sure that she didn't quit, although everyone around her wanted her and didn't support her because no one believed that she can do it and proved everyone wrong to their face. Now, by the guest lectures, I found them to be extensively interesting and amazingly informative. Every person in the guest lecture had something different to say. I had learned about how grit is perceived by others and what is the so called secret of life probably mean, and in the real world. Well, we couldn't say it's the actual real world, but the real world, because they're movies and everything. I also learned about how to encourage the grit in ourselves by small talks, by talking to ourselves, encouragement talks, those short minute talks that we have to make sure that we don't fall down and stand up on ourselves. And I also learned that there are situations where the world might seem unfair to you or it looks like it's just against you. But you facing and overcoming those situations with your will, perseverance, and resilience is when you can say that you have grit in you. Now, this is my conclusion. This is a long paragraph, but I'll just cut it short. So, after exploring the entire project through the presentations, exploring the website's meets, talks by juniors, seniors, and teachers, I built up an entire different perspective on what grit is. I had once again filled the grid form, and this time I got a score of 3.9. I found it to be a huge change because I felt that I was getting better to tasks, goals, and ideas than before. During the project, I found the guest lectures, the talks by my juniors and seniors to be the most interesting because I got to find out about how people are more experienced in life understand grit as and how our juniors understand and develop grit in situations. I think that every person should understand that their goals are reachable and it's their wish which path they'll choose in the last. I also recommend every student out there to understand and learn about grit and not just the internet definition of it because it's much more than what is visible to the eye.